They're not that quiet. The Lord is still teaching. The Lord is still delivering. And this deep sleep allowed that to happen. Verse 10, David said, we're not going to touch him. The Lord will determine how this ends for him. And then let me read verses 13 to 25. We got to finish this story. It's a really good one. Picking up in verse 13. Now David went over to the other side and stood on top of the hill afar off, a great distance being between them. And David called out to the people and to Abner, the son of Ner, saying, do you not answer, Abner? Then Abner answered and said, who are you calling out to the king? So David said to Abner, are you not a man, and who is like you in Israel? Why then have you not guarded the Lord your Lord the king? For one of the people came in to destroy your Lord the king. This thing that you have done is not good. As the Lord lives, you deserve to die, because you have not guarded your master, the Lord's anointed. And now see where the king's spear is and the jug of water that was by his head. So David is calling this out, and he's pointing it out, saying, listen, I was right there. Then Saul knew David's voice and said, is that your voice, my son David? And David said, it is my voice, O Lord, O king. And he said, why does my Lord thus pursue his servant? For what have I done, or what evil is in my hand? Now therefore, please let my Lord the king hear the words of his servant. If the Lord has stirred you up against me, let him accept an offering. But if it is the children of men, may they be cursed before the Lord, for they have driven me out this day from the sharing in the inheritance of the Lord, saying, go, serve other gods. So now do not let my blood fall to the earth before the face of the Lord, for the king of Israel has come out to seek a flea, as when one hunts a partridge in the mountains. Then Saul said, I have sinned. Return, my son David, for I will harm you no more, because my life was precious in your eyes this day. Indeed, I have played the fool and erred exceedingly. And David answered and said, here is the king's spear. Let one of the young men come over and get it. May the Lord repay every man for his righteousness and his faithfulness. For the Lord delivered you into my hand today, but I would not stretch out my hand against the Lord's anointed. And indeed, as your life was valued much this day in my eyes, so let my life be valued much in the eyes of the Lord. And let him deliver me out of all tribulation. Then Saul said to David, may you be blessed, my son David. You shall both do great things and also still prevail. So David went on his way, and Saul returned to his place. Note what David said in verse 23. May the Lord repay every man for his righteousness or unrighteousness. God is going to be the source of deliverance. God will also be the source of judgment. We do not have to take those roles. We can just know that the Lord is our answer and live a life knowing that he will take care of us, and hopefully live in a way that we're already victorious because we're trusting in the Lord. I just think that's that Psalm 54 really comes alive when you put that whole context of where David was and how David learned how to trust the Lord. Because twice, I don't know about you, if I were David in that moment, both those moments we read, I don't know if Saul lives through either one of them, because I'd probably take things into my own hands. And we're being taught today that we don't have to do that because it's all in the Lord's hands. Amen? All right. That is Bible study for tonight. I pray that you'll take time. I know I read a lot of it to you, but I think you'll go back and if you'll read it tomorrow, that would be awesome. And we'll be good to go. It's good to see everybody. I'll see you Sunday. If you need me, let me know. Love you, church. Good night.